Greetings everyone. I've been meaning to make another video, just haven't had a lot of time. I'm going to take my son to his treatments. He was just diagnosed with leukemia about a month, almost 2 months ago, July 2nd. It turned our world upside down. It's like the worst news a parent ever wants to hear about their child, especially when your child is only 5. So it's by God's grace we've been getting through every day. And I've been thinking, kind of looking at some of my older videos and wanting to do something new, but I haven't had any new dreams about anything. Just reading comments, and I wanted to respond to several comments, but I just, like I say, I have not had the time. And if I do have a few minutes, I'm usually crashed, somewhere sleeping. But one of those times was this afternoon. I was kind of dozing off and on, and the reason I mentioned this afternoon, because I think I woke up about 2 something, and just a little while ago, we just had dinner and stuff, and then I came upstairs, and I was looking at information on Hurricane Isaac. I've been tracking it since it was in the Atlantic, not far from the African coast, and just wondering if it would make landfall, because I know there are several portions of the United States that are in a drought situation. It's getting, worsening from what they're saying, what the officials are saying, but I was praying, for rain, and I've been tracking the storm and all the others that come. And while I was looking at that Hurricane Isaac coverage on weather.com, which is the Weather Channel's website, I got the thought to check the earthquake map, which I check pretty much every day if I have it just takes a second. So usually at night before I go to bed or something, or in the morning after I have my devotions when I wake up, then I'll just kind of check it and see if there's been any recent activity. And sure enough, I was really surprised. I wasn't really expecting to see anything because lately everything had been kind of quiet. But I saw a big square down on, it's like south of the Salton Sea. And I would encourage you to look at that on Google Maps or wherever, you can find it on a map. Put in the Salton Sea, and then put in, you can also look at the town of Brawley, California. It's Brawley, California. And that's where this quake occurred today. There was a big square, and apparently there were 2, and I was thinking, well, what was I doing at the time? But I was asleep pretty much both the times. Well, I was awake up for one of them, because there were 2 5s. There was a 5.5 and a 5.3, and based on what I was just kind of researching just a little bit just before I started doing this video, but it says that people felt it as far away as Brea, San Diego, Tustin, Indio, those kind of, Temecula. If you're familiar with, you'd have to know Southern California to know the areas that I just mentioned. But, and that's like, San Diego is east. I want to say it's east of this area, so it's near the coast. San Diego is off the coast, but it's east of this area, which is in the middle of the desert. Now, what caught my attention was that this is right below. It's not part of the San Andreas. It's actually part of the Brawley seismic zone, which is a combination of small faults, and that's next to the Imperial fault zone, which is next to the San Andreas fault zone. So it's all of this is the large quake that we had on Easter Sunday here in Southern California. That was on the Laguna Salada fault, which is in Mexico. It's south of the border, and so this area is right between that fault zone and the San Andreas fault zone. And the geologists were saying that since that Easter quake, it's kind of awakened this area. I was reading one article on, it was an MSN article. It's a series of moderate earthquakes rattle Southern California. And they were saying that this area, there's a gentleman on there named Pat Abbott of San Diego State University. He's a geology expert, and he said that this area has clearly activated, but it's always known for swarms, especially near the southern end of the Salton Sea is known for swarms. But he said that this area will probably likely now experience more swarms, with quakes in the ranges of 3, 4, and 5 magnitude. Well, likely not much larger than that. So they hope, So we hope, But as always, you never know if something is a precursor to something larger to come, or it's just maybe relieving some stress because, that area has been awakened, and as stress builds up, it has to go somewhere. And one thing that caught my eye too was the end of the article. It says, the message here, if nothing else, is make sure that you're prepared. And that's all I've tried to do with any of my videos. People have been mean, especially I have a lot of hits on one of my videos, Inglewood earthquake fault. A lot of views on that, and people can be mean. You're not a prophet. Get out of here. Basically, take your path elsewhere. Well, I don't understand why people watch it if they're so upset and, if they don't care. This is just for people that are interested, that care, like me, that, think about these things and try to just help others to get prepared. I'm still not fully prepared, and since this happened with my son, we've really been taken off track. In fact, I made another video on my phone. I just got a little Android phone. I was testing it out for a month, and I made a video on it, but I need to download it to my computer because I'm pretty good with computers. I mean, somewhat. I'm not a pro, but I'm trying to figure out how to get. I couldn't upload the video to YouTube from my phone, so I'm gonna have to download it to my computer, and then maybe I can upload it that way. But I was saying in that video, that was probably beginning of August, beginning of this month, that I really wanted to move, out of state. I was about to say where, but I can't for safety reasons. I have a past situation that was. I don't want to compromise my safety by mentioning this, but I wanted to move out of state, and I prayed one more time, the end of June. And about 5 days later, my son got this diagnosis, and I'm like, okay, well, we have to stay here now. I don't know for how long, but I had wanted to move. I kept thinking I want to move in July, and I didn't know if it was me or it was the Lord, or I just wanted to be sure. And I had planned to move in July because I told my sister, I said, I have a feeling something's going to happen in August. But again, it's just me. I was saying I have a feeling. Maybe I was feeling that my son, something was going to happen with my son. It happened in July, but it's close at the same time. I don't want to reach for straws, but and the dreams about earthquakes. I said in one of them, people don't watch all the way to the end. They're kind of long. This one I'm trying to avoid keeping it too long, but I was saying that sometimes the dreams can have twofold meanings. It could mean one thing, and maybe they don't mean anything at all, but I was saying that it could have meant that, because I'd gone through some shaky times, and it could have meant that I was going through shaky times, and that there was a major shaking that was going to take place in my life, and that was definitely the case with my son's condition. Thank you for your prayers, by the way. You guys are awesome. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I'm sorry, I should have said that at the beginning of the video, but thank you for your words of encouragement, and even in standing out here like this and putting myself out on a limb and doing these videos and people scoffing and mocking me and being mean, it helps to get that encouragement to know that, because I started to take some of them down. I was like, okay, that's it. After I reach a certain number, I'm going to put them on private, and that's it. I did what I was supposed to do. I warned, but I just can't. I have to leave it up there. So you have to throw stones or whatever, but I guess I just have to thicken my skin and be willing to take it in these types of settings and forums. So with that, I'm going to cut it off. But if you have any information to add about these quakes, feel free to do so, like if you felt them, or what your experience was. I haven't researched to see if anyone has had recent dreams that have been posted anyway online in a while. I just haven't had the time. So with that, God be with you all. And again, think preparedness spiritually first, and physically second. In the natural sense, just being prepared with food and water and things like that. So. I said I'm not prepared. We're not fully prepared. It worries me. I really want it to move. I don't want to be caught here like my dream where I said, oh, he told me to move. God told me to move, and I didn't do it through a dream. My dad came to me in a dream, and I believe that represented the Father, Father God, and telling me to go. And he wouldn't tell me why. And then destruction came. So just pray for me that if it's the Lord's will for me and my children to move, that the Lord will open the doors at the appropriate time. And that wherever we are, that the Lord will heal my son, and if he has to continue to go through treatments, that was a hard decision in and of itself. I'll make a video about that too. Hopefully, I don't want to promise and not do it, because I've already promised several videos and haven't done it. But okay, I'm cutting it off because I can go on to 15-20 minutes easy. All right, take care, everybody. God bless you, and peace be with you. In the name of our precious Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Bye.